All right. You know, I'm the type of person who eats while I'm actually going live because you could call me like a hustler sometimes because I want to do more for you. I want to give you even more value. And so sometimes I feel like it's more, you know, time efficient to do it like that. And it's really so I can go more live and I can help you more, make a bigger positive impact in your life. And the reason I do it, and I'm going to post this video because I want to post the videos just showing who I am. Like, this is who I am as a person. Take it or leave it. Like, I don't like, I actually thrive without a filter. I really love doing things without any filter. So within 1 minute, I do like an awkward sound or, um, um, you know, you know, anything like that. It, that's just who I am. I really, yeah, I'm super relaxed like that. So um, I hope that when I post these live videos, that you actually see that I'm extremely passionate about just showing who I am, and that I'm a human being who just knows how to help people learn the language Danish, like to actually how I know how to help people like you who are feeling stuck in your life in Denmark. Maybe you feel like you don't really have the confidence to speak to Danish people. Maybe you don't have any Danish friends. Maybe you have children who don't, they speak Danish, but you don't speak Danish because they have Danish, like classmates, of course, because we're in Denmark, right? You know, whatever it may be for you, and it could be 100, hundreds of other reasons why you're feeling stuck with your Danish. Maybe you don't understand when you have to speak to people. You can't communicate, whatever it may be, right? And so I hope that me sharing these videos will show you that I'm extremely committed to actually helping you live, also giving tips, giving new perspectives, sharing my own story about how I actually went to Italy 2 years ago and how I actually, you know, had the worst possible fate. It turned out very bad, my trip to Italy. I was going to live there for, I think it was 9 months or something, maybe 10 months, about a year at least. I was supposed to work at a campsite close to Verona, in a town called Lazzise. I think it's maybe 10 kilometers south from Verona. And Lazzise, we had this campsite, and I, were applying for different types of jobs. And I finally got the job that I was looking for, working abroad. I loved Italy. I loved the Italian food. I loved the Italian people, the warmth, very passionate culture, right? The classic, Mamma Mia, all these things really kind of spoke to me. And so I went to Italy. And one of the first things that I noticed was holding me back and making me feel alone and just overall making my life less free in Italy, less happy in Italy, more restricted in Italy. Do you know what that is? The language. The language. So when I speak about these things, about how I've helped one of my clients, or actually multiple, master the Danish language, especially one of them, like in 90 days, being mistaken for a Danish person about 45 days in, like, it's because I have a passion. Because I had to leave Italy. I had to leave the country, actually. Believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but I was fired. And I know, I didn't even have a visa. I had like, could stay for 3 months. I don't even know what you call that because that's not my field of expertise. So I don't even touch it. I only touch this field of expertise I have, which is Danish language coaching, right? So whatever that's called, I had it for like 3 months. And afterwards, I had to go. Didn't have a job, didn't have any confidence, didn't have any friends, didn't I had a bad feeling in my stomach, even though it was a beautiful country. I absolutely love Italy. But because I didn't speak the language, I wasn't able to even stay there. Okay. And it made me passionate about helping people in Denmark not ever get to experience that, so that you don't actually you never get to experience that, right? And I can't even, my words they won't even come out because I'm so passionate about it. And I hope you can feel it, you know, because sometimes people ask me, Sebastian, what sets you apart from other language coaches and language teachers? Like, let's say, Sigge Hansen, I think her name is Sigge Hansen, and her company is like Lingua Danica, right? Or Danica, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, she's great for some type of people. But what makes me very, very different and, you know, I would say premium and the best one if you want to master the language is that I have a burning passion for dedicated people who are driven about making a change in their life, getting more freedom, overcoming the language barrier. So it's about dedication and drive. That's what makes me so different. I am extremely dedicated. I'm actually eating while I'm live. I'm eating while I'm live. I haven't really eaten today, maybe one time. Now I'm eating while I'm live, sharing this with you. I hope it goes to show you just a little bit how much fire I have inside to help you make this transformation. And I believe no one else in this world, especially not in Denmark, has the same kind of passion that I have. That's what makes me different, in my opinion. Okay. It's very important for you to know. I feel like I'm actually do you a disservice if I don't share with you how I'm different from everybody else. Like all the other language coaches in Denmark, this is the reason why I'm different. Okay. So yeah, let's see. So I'm kind of gauging. Welcome til. Welcome. Velkommen til. Oops. Velkommen til. Dejligt, at der kommer nogen på nu. Fantastisk. Jeg tror, i går var vi vist 3. I think we were 3 or 4 people yesterday, but it was like a bad time. So I think we can probably be 10 today. 10, 11, 12 maybe. At least I'm going to be live for 1 hour. So this live stream is going to go for at least 1 hour. Okay. So if you are very dedicated, and this is something that happens, right? It actually happens. I can see that some of you, maybe you watching right now, you feel so inspired right now by what I'm saying, something I touched deep inside of you, that you watch the entire video. And you, my friend, is the exact person who can make this transformation. Your life in Denmark. Maybe I had a woman yesterday, I believe, who lived in China, and she was very interested in learning the basics in Danish. And I didn't even know that, you kind of people are here, like on the channel, like a guy from Pakistan as well, very young guy, and like it amazes me, and I really want to engage with you. So that's why I also am live. So this is how a one-on-one coaching with me could be like. I would sit like this. I would speak like this, just in Danish, because they are in Danish. I would speak with the same passion, maybe even more actually. Yeah. I think what in 2026, many people, they say like, we don't need a language coach, Sebastian. Why do we even need to actually get into your course or buy your course or whatever? First of all, I think that's more of an investment into your goals and dreams and the person you want to be, rather than a price. But that's that. But I think even more than information and getting the right strategy, it's about 2026 is all about human connection, being real like this. I'm not putting up any filters. This is Sebastian. This is who I am. It's about authenticity. It's about the human connection, and it's about implementation of information. Because you probably know that you could get fluent in Danish by spending 1 hour every single day for probably 2 years, right? That would probably make you fluent, at least conversational fluent in Danish. You'd be able to understand more or less everything. If I spoke to you in a normal pace, if I spoke clearly, you could express yourself about many different topics, right? You would have no problem thinking, it would just be automatic. You didn't have to think, just flows, right? But if you are having trouble making it a daily priority to learn Danish for even 5 minutes, which is the case for maybe 90% of people, internationals I have actually been in contact with, and it's been hundreds of people. If you can't do that, maybe a bit lower than 90, could be 80, but still very high, the number. I mean, how are you ever going to expect that you can somehow, by not changing your mindset, it's about mindset, all of a sudden, from the next week, you will do it 1 hour every single day for 2 years? It's a mindset shift that we need. It's not a shift in motivation. And it's the right guidance from an expert who has helped multiple people actually get fluent in Danish. And just like I would definitely get a one-on-one coach or one-on-one teacher, if that's your terminology. If I went to France to live for 1 year, I would need the one-on-one to get it, make it a lot faster and get, premium guidance. In the exact same way, hej alle sammen, velkommen til. I'm sidetracking a bit, but feel free to stay here while I talk and also ask questions, of course, and say hi in the chat. So, if I went to France for 1 year and I wanted to learn the language and I wanted to make friends and open up to people's hearts and feel more included into the culture, the traditions, the customs, everything, unlocking the best life in France, the language would be the catalyst to do that. And so, of course, I would definitely get a one-on-one coach. It's a no-brainer. It's the first thing that I would invest in. It's not a price, it's an investment into a person I want to be, being able to have French friends, being able to excel in the language, being able to have more confidence, being able to have more job opportunities. So that would be the first thing I did. Because that person knows how to get me where I want to be fast. Because if I did like in Italy and I didn't get a one-on-one coach, I was gonna get deported to Denmark. Okay, and I know this sounds harsh, but that was the reality. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. You probably understand. I hope. Let me know if it makes more sense by saying, I understand. I understand. Try and put these 2 words in the chat if you understand where I'm coming from now, why I'm so passionate, why I help people master the language in 90 days. Say I understand in the chat. It will help you, okay? Trust me. Try it out. Okay, because if I didn't actually get a coach, I would go through life, and let's say I was living in Paris, right? I was living in Paris. There's a sound that goes like that. No, no. It's a very good song, by the way, by the Chainsmokers. So I was living in Paris, okay? I didn't speak the language. I didn't have any friends. I was feeling alone. People, they didn't want to talk to me. At my workplace, I had an angry boss. Of course, can't do too much about that, can we? We can find a new place. I found a new job. It was an okay boss, but he didn't really want to talk to me a lot, okay? He was a bit distant because I didn't speak the language. And I didn't try learning it. So I couldn't, if I had to speak to the police, it would be difficult for me. If I had to speak to the government, like the mayor, or not the mayor, what was it called? Like the postal office, what's it called? Like the municipality office, whatever it's called, where you do all the documents and all that kind of stuff, right? I wouldn't be able to understand the writing. It would take me a longer time. When I had to talk to them, they don't understand English that well in France, is what I hear. I wouldn't be able to get the dream job that I had because let's say I want to be a dentist. If I can't speak French, I can't work as a dentist in France, of course, right? I wouldn't be able to, when I have kids, to teach them French. So, and I would feel very alone. I probably wouldn't even be able to have, get a visa. I believe you could stay for 6 months or something, and then you'd have to get a visa, and I think you need to pass a test. So I would actually be kicked out of the country. I think. I'm not quite sure, but I think so. This is not my field again, so I don't focus on it. I focus on what I love and what I'm good at only. So I would get a one-on-one coach immediately as a big time investment into the person I want to be. And, listen to how I phrase it. It's a lot different than how hundred thousands of Danish internationals are thinking right now. It's a whole different way of what viewing it right now. And I invite you at least to lean into the way of thinking that I do. And I can understand the way you're coming from, okay? I can turn it around and see exactly why you're thinking, oh, maybe I don't need the language. We can speak in English, all these things. I understand that. I really do, because you can. But if you want to open up your dream life in Denmark, open up people's hearts, people's trust, have amazing Danish friends, being able to joke in Danish, being able to make so that people, they don't actually switch to English when you speak to them in Danish, and all these other things. Probably also many different jobs that are high paying as well. If you want them, if you want all this, you need to learn the language. So it's not really a price, it's an investment. If you can see it that way, then my friend, you are 90% probably going to speak Danish fluently, is what I expect. That's what I predict, because that's a very strong mindset that sets you apart. And when you're set apart in your mindset, you will have different results as than the other people. And it's not a competition, but you still want better results than 90% of internationals right now who don't even not don't even, of course, it's not to be like that. I apologize, but understand me correctly, like, get who can speak Danish with ease and confidence. And that's what I'm trying to communicate. That's all. And if you want to be set up, if you want to set apart, you need to set your mindset apart. You need to have a person who is guiding you along the way, who is an expert in his field. These two things, mindset and an expert, you actually invest in. These two things, and boom, my friend, you're set up for a huge success in your life in Denmark. Like a dream life you couldn't even imagine is what I helped one of my clients create in 90 days. And I have him on my testimonials, and I'm about to maybe see if I can share his story, like his video. I just need some acceptance from this client, okay? So stay tuned for that as well. This is the guy who mastered the language in 90 days. All right. Many people, they don't really think that I get nervous when I'm on my camera like this, and that's correct. But I want you to keep in mind that I have been in front of the camera like this hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times now. So this is like brushing my teeth in the morning, my friend. Like, I really mean that. This is so natural for me that um, you know, I don't get nervous, because this is what you get with me. That's why I'm different from everybody else, I think, as well. I'm willing to go live and eating for the second time in 24 hours or something, because I'm that dedicated to your success, and actually help you avoid pain and get a lot better life, in a life that's a lot better, in freedom, being more happy in your life, because now you can speak Danish with these. That's what I'm all about. Okay. I was talking about the two D's. It's actually the three D's that sets me apart. And the identity of Danish mastery method. I want you to listen closely, okay? The identity of my business, or my, yeah, business. Danish with Sebastian, my brand, okay? And I have the picture and the banner as well. Dedication, because I am 100 and 110% dedicated to giving you the results that you actually desire, that you deserve in your life. Drive because I'm so driven that I hope you can kind of get a taste for it. That I'm eating right now for the second time, probably about 24, 23 hours. Yeah, 23 hours, second time, and I'm doing it live because I really just want to get live with you to share this with you and potentially help you so you can reach out and we can get started with this amazing transformation I help my clients with. That's the dedication. And that also means that you have to be 110% dedicated as well. Otherwise, I'm not even going to consider helping you. But I want to give you a chance to show me that you're 110% dedicated because these results are not ordinary. 90 days mastering a language and speaking it with ease, not having to think about the words that you use. That's only for the very qualified. It's only for the elite. It's only for, and not to say that it's very difficult to be the elite. It's quite easy if you just have a bit of discipline. And if you show that you really need this and you want me to help you, then that's a very good starting point for me to say, okay, I can actually have a 30-minute conversation call with you, discovery call to see if this would make sense working together. Okay. That was the dedication. Number two, I hope it made sense now why this is my first, brand, my first IT, what's it called, USP, what sets me apart, my brand, dedication in Danish Mastery Method. Number two, Danish Mastery Method is driven. It's about drive. I'm extremely driven about helping you learn Danish and create the life and freedom that you deserve and that you really, really desire here in Denmark. I am driven in the sense that I work or I put a lot of hours into making sure that all my coachings are top notch. And I also do it by being live like this, sometimes even 1.5 hours. I actually do like 70, 80, 90 minutes sometimes just in a row. Sometimes people, they don't even see it. But I know the right person will see the replay and boom, we have an amazing partnership where I actually help you create the life you want. So what else could you ask for? Right? So that's why I am driven. And also just, I said, I would say sometimes getting up early in the morning and just starting to work on my program, how to optimize it, reaching out to you in DMs on Instagram, setting up appointments to have a like a 30-minute call with you on my discovery calls. That's why the identity, the brand Danish Mastery Method is extremely driven. And the third thing that characterizes my brand Danish Mastery Method, why I'm different, dedication, drive, determination. I am locked in on this one vision, determination. I am determined to help as many internationals in Denmark as humanly possible to help them live a more fulfilled life where they can speak Danish with ease and confidence, leading to every other area of their life just flow in, in freedom. And I've talked about it many times. Now you can speak Danish with your kids. You feel more empowered. You have more confidence. People will respect you more. They will speak to you in Danish instead of English when you try to speak to them in Danish. Wow. Yeah, that happens when you speak Danish with ease and confidence because you will actually start insist on speaking Danish, but you will do it in a way that is charismatic and that is polite and that is just very, very natural. Now you'll be able to get your dream job as a dentist, as a nurse, as a lawyer, whatever it may be in Denmark. All these long-term, longer educations, right? Now you'll be able to get Danish friends. You'll be able to understand Danish jokes. You'll be able to understand Danish spoken in a natural tempo like this. Hvis jeg snakker dansk sådan her, så kan du måske ikke forstå så meget, men det vil du kun, hvis du kunne snakke det flydende. Now, then you would be able to understand what I just said. So I understand why Danish people they switch to English because they don't believe you have the confidence to keep on the conversation with them. Okay, I hope that makes sense. You're always welcome to ask me questions in the chat and on Instagram. I'm gonna put no, actually, I'm gonna say it to you. So you have to do a little bit of work yourself, and that's a very healthy thing. Danish Mastery Method on Instagram as well. Check it out. Reels, daily stories, just everything in there. And this is where I actually, yeah, I actually send out invitations for my 30-minute discovery call, and that's also where I, yeah, enroll people into my program if they're a good fit, if we have a good fit, and I can help you, and if you feel like you can feel that I'm the right person to help you get there fastest, boom, it's a match, and we're gonna work together to help you master the language in 90 days, get more freedom in your life, living a happier life in Denmark. Yeah. So it's been 26 minutes, so we're about halfway in, and um, I think what also sets me apart is that right now no one's watching, and that's completely fine. I'm still gonna get to my goal of helping you with the language if you're ready for it. That's not gonna change. That's just how it is. But I think many people, and I might be wrong, but I think that many people, if they were in my situation right now, they'd probably go offline and they would go watch a movie or watch a series. And of course, I do that as well, later in the evening sometimes. But when we talk about drive and dedication, the two first D's that are actually my brand, that characterizes my brand, I think they call it USPs. I'm not quite sure. But my brand characterization, or like what characterizes my brand in Danish mastery method, what characterizes me, Sebastian, as a person and language coach, is dedication, because I'm dedicated to be on this live, even though it says 0 and 0 likes. I'm willing to be here because I know that if you are the right fit to work with me, to have to go into this relationship, that is someone who is extremely passionate about your success and your transformation, boom, it doesn't matter for me. Like, I have trained my mind to say that I know that I'm going to actually do this vision because I see it every night, I see it every day. This is what I live for. And some people think that's extreme, but this is just what I was meant to do. And so it doesn't really bother me too much that it says 0, because I know the right person will be in the video right now, and it will speak to him or her. It will speak to you watching right now. I'm talking to you right now. I think you should definitely say something in the chat so I know that it's you who is going to have this 30-minute conversation with me one-on-one, a premium conversation, a premium experience where you get to see me and share. Even if it ends up being that we're actually not a pair, if that's what happens, I will give you so much value and so many tips that you can go and use yourself and implement yourself to master the language, get a better life in Denmark. Okay? So it's a win-win for you. And it's like with me and my coach, when we started off, win-win. I didn't even have to work with him. I could just take what he said and do it myself. And it would take a lot longer for me to get success with my own business. Sure. But I got some very, very useful tips that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't get on the call with him. So that's another way to win, is actually to reach out to me and ask if you can maybe perhaps potentially get a 30-minute conversation with me one-on-one, because I have been sharing many tips during the years. It's been 2 years since Danish Mastery Method was born. The vision I'm talking about was born 2 years ago. The transformation I'm talking about was born 2 years ago. The brand was made 2 years ago, was born 2 years ago. And during, I think it's been 150 calls, 160 calls, maybe hundreds of calls, I have shared many tips like pronunciation tips, mindset tips, tips about how you should view a certain problem in your life that's related to something related to the language. Um, and I think people just like you are just very thankful that I can help you with like free tips. If everything else is not a match, then I'm happy to give you tips to how you can implement this yourself as well. Yeah, for me it's not really too important. I know the ones that are meant to work with me and make this transformation with me and trust me, being the coach and the expert in actually making this transformation in their life, they will be there, right? So it's just a win-win for me. Just this as well. It feels amazing being here. It feels amazing giving you the opportunity to perhaps take the first step in the wildest transformation you've probably ever experienced in your life. If you live in Denmark, even if you live, actually, I have a beautiful client right now, and he lives in, I can never remember the country, right? But it has like this tree, I think. It's like the flag is like this tree, I think. And an amazing guy, and yeah, and he doesn't even live in Denmark, but he still felt like he wanted my help to make him prepared so that when he came to Denmark, I think he's gonna come in a couple of months, right? That's his plan. That's our plan on the program. So when he comes to Denmark in a couple of months, now suddenly he speaks Danish with ease. He speaks it fluently. He has more confidence. He can get his dream job a lot faster. And it doesn't matter if you live in China or you live in Spain or France or Germany. By the way, that would be cool. Then I could speak your language as well, because I speak these languages. I don't speak Chinese, not yet at least. It doesn't really matter too much for me if you're open to leaning yourself into this possibility of maybe what I do could have value in your life and hear more about it. Then I'm willing to do a 30-minute conversation if you are very dedicated, driven, determined about it. Then we can do it. Then I'm open for it. But if you're someone who, I don't know, I will book. Oh, Sebastian, I will book. The call in 7 days. I can't do it right now because it's a priority, but I don't actually do it right now. Then I'd rather have you just stay away because I'm about the real transformations here. I'm about making a decision in this moment about, let's book this call with this guy. There's something inside me that resonates, right? And I'm just being honest with you right now. So another thing that is really that kind of the passion you're feeling right now on this stream, um, at least I hope you can feel it, is also due to the fact that all of my personal dreams and all my dreams about, and I'm not going to go too much into that unless it's probably inner circle and some of my clients, I would probably share it. Um, I have big dreams that are in direct alignment with how many people I can help in my business, in my brand Danish Mastery Method. In direct correlation, in direct paths, like this, just like this. So the more that I can help you, the closer I get to my own dreams. And I'm just being honest. It's not a selfish thing, it's a beautiful thing because I realize that the more I give a value to people, the more I help people, the more I get back. It's a beautiful natural law of this universe. Try it out. The simplest way to see that this is true is when you go to a stranger and you help that stranger. So let's say that, and I want you to try this out. If there's one thing, if anything else, you don't take anything else from this live stream, okay, my friend? I want you to do this one thing. Help a stranger somehow today. When you're watching this video, right today, it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be super small, like giving a little compliment. I think your purse is very beautiful. You see a woman, right? Or if you see a man with a nice hat, hey, I really like your hat. Or if there's an old lady who wants to cross the street, take her by her shoulder, take her by her, inner whatever this thing is called, and guide her, over to the other side of the road. whatever it may be. It can be super small, like a little compliment. And I want you to watch how you get happy instantly. I have never experienced a person who didn't get something from giving a compliment. Try it out. And I wanted, don't take my word for it, try it out in your own life to see if it's true for you. So, say if something has a nice, smile as well. Hey, nice smile. Maybe that's a bit too much discomfort for you. You can say, hey, what's up, man? Nice glasses, whatever. And notice afterwards how that makes you feel. And that's how I feel right now. It's like giving 100 compliments right now. And that's the law of the universe, and that's what I've been working with my own very experienced coaches with. And these are some of the biggest coaches in Denmark and also worldwide. I had a coach who is a leading lifestyle coach, and of course I'm not sharing any names. I think in the US. Okay, this guy is extremely competent, extremely good at what he does, and he inspires me a lot, like so much. And if he's watching right now, I think I'm gonna manifest him watching right now, probably. But um, yeah, I think he's watching. At least I hope so. Um, and this guy, he has some workshops. I think maybe monthly workshops, and they really inspire me. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And he really inspired me as well to be very vulnerable today, because he was very vulnerable in his last live session, his last live, oh, that was a fly, his last live workshop. It really moved me emotionally, because he shared something that was very, um, very not only insightful in terms of how he actually was as a person, the experiences that shaped him into the businessman and man he is, and the guy he is, but also just because it was something that hit deep. Like, oof, if I was in that situation, I would probably cry like a baby, because that's a lot of pain. That's very deep. But nonetheless, it inspired me to be more, vulnerable like this, because I know what I'm doing. I know what I stand for. I know what my dream is. I know exactly what my vision is. So, if someone thinks that I'm weird, or if someone thinks that I don't smile enough, or if someone thinks that I have, vampire teeth or whatever it may be, I have like vampire shaped teeth, right? And I'm not too serious about it. You get what you get. Either you love me or you don't love me, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Maybe you need to have a call with me first on my discovery calls. That's okay as well. You can let me know, and I'll see what we can do about that. So, 22 minutes remaining, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing as well to work with personal development every single day of your life, because it gives you a sense of purpose. Like, you don't just get up every single day to watch the news, and then you eat pizzas, and then you go to bed, right? Or you play video games, and that's fine to play video games sometimes. But if it's everything you do, then mm, probably not too good for your health, at least. That's just one thing. But I used to do that, but I had very terrible health. I didn't, I was smoking, eating pizza every day. I wasn't happy. That was when I was the most depressed in my life, and I was very anxious and depressed. Okay, so please don't do that, for your own sake, for your family's sake. Please don't do that. Do exercise every single day. Get out into the sun, especially during the winter. Your family will be happy for it, and most importantly, you will be more happy. You will have more energy. You'll have more. You'll feel better. You will feel better. That's what I wanted to say. It's been 40 minutes of me speaking very enthusiastically, so I have to slow down my speech now, I think. Yeah. But what day is it today? Since not a lot of people are alive, it's Tuesday and it's 6 p.m. I think it's we've probably been around 12, 15 people so far, one at a time. I think at one point we had two. So there's a good chance that right now you're actually watching. It's the 40th minute, and yeah, this is the reason I actually uploaded as a video because um, the right people will come and we will be a match if the universe lets it be like. And I really believe that. Like, I really believe that. Sometimes I've been at a place in my own life, and maybe you're feeling the same in your life right now, whether you live in China, it's France, Spain, if you live in Copenhagen, Aarhus in Denmark as well, Odense. By the way, I love Jose Anderson. Um, you know, wherever you live right now in the world, I have been through days where I have literally been so sad that I've been crying, bawling my eyes out in the shower because I have spent hours reaching out to people in the beginning. No one even answered. People said no. I didn't make any money. I couldn't help people because I was making many mistakes, but I kept on going. And it's been 2 years of working on it every single day. Um, and so, if you're someone who feels stuck in your Danish the same way, in your life you're the same way in Denmark, then I believe that this is definitely something you should lean into because I have dedicated the last 2 years of my life. It's been 2 years and 5 or 6 days now, I think. January 15th, it's been 2 years and 14 days. And I remember the day I started this brand, this vision, Danish Mastery Method. I was feeling like this maybe wouldn't be possible. I didn't know where the money should come from. I I could barely pay my rent, you know, and I was doubting myself and I didn't think that this would be possible in the beginning, but I said to myself that this will happen. I just got to keep going. Never ever give up before we're actually there. And if you're feeling the same way, like you're in your life where you feel like I'm never gonna learn Danish. I'm never actually gonna open up to people. I'm never gonna have Danish friends. I'm never gonna have my dream job as a nurse or a doctor in Denmark. That's never gonna happen because I just can't learn the language. I don't feel motivation. I wish someone could help me. My friend, this might be me, okay? Especially if you're watching the 43rd minute, it just might be this collaboration you need, this transformation we're doing in Danish Mastery Method, and this amazing vision that it is. It is a vision and a brand at the same time. Um, yeah, very good. hvis der er nogen, jeg kender personligt, der ser videoen, når I'm speaking in Danish, just for a moment. Hvis der er nogen, jeg kender, der ser videoen, jamen så vil jeg også bare sige hej. Hvis der er nogen danske, altså familie eller venner eller et eller andet, så vil jeg bare lige sige hej også til jer. Og skriv i kommentarer, hvem I er, fordi jeg ved, at min bror, han følger måske med, han er i hvert fald subscribed. Jeg ved også, at en af mine venner, en af mine tidligere venner, han er også med, og jeg mener også, der er en del danskere bare generelt, jeg har været rundt og snakke med omkring København og sådan, der ser med. Så velkommen til jer også, og fedt, at I er kommet her til den her del af videoen. Jeg tror, der i hvert fald er et par stykker, der ligesom er danskere, der er her nu også. Så jeg bare siger hej til jer også. Og it's been a long time speaking now, but there's still 13 minutes and 30 seconds left. And when I say that I'm going to be live for 1 hour, I'm going to actually stick to that because that's so important for me, important to me. There's a difference between important for me and important to me in English. Semantics. What does the different words and sentences mean? If I say for, it's very important for me, then the reason that something is important is because of me. It's important because I exist. That wouldn't make sense in this context. But to me, that communicates that it's important. It's something that is a priority to me, right? It's important, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's that. Velkommen til alle sammen. Oh, that was quick. And by the way, I realized that it's probably not the most amazing thing to look at someone eating while he's live. And yeah, I apologize that in advance, but I haven't really eaten for a long time. And I really felt inspired to go live and actually share all these things with you. So I hope you can watch, you can see given the, I hope you can put that aside, just that little part, because it was very important for me to be live, and I'm trying to, of course, cover my mouth and all that, right? It doesn't happen too often, but sometimes that's just how I need to do it. Velkommen til. Dejligt. Jeg har skrevet velkommen til, tror jeg. Hej. Okay. Let me know let me know what you think about winter, in the chat as well. Let me know, like, if you like winter. Do you like winter? Personally, I love snow. Jeg elsker sne. Jeg elsker sne. Jeg har altid elsket sne. I've always loved snow. Da jeg var lille, da jeg var barn, when I was a kid, when I was little. Elsker det. Elsker. I love it. In Denmark, we have this thing where we slide down different we call them mountains, okay? We call them mountains, but you should see them. They're like 30 to 40, 50 at best meters tall. These hills, those are hills, okay? I'm talking about hills. And these hills, people, they call in Denmark, we call them mountains because we don't have mountains. So we like to think that we have mountains, but we actually don't. So we call them that. But in these mountains that we have in Denmark, it's a bit ironical. But that's one of the funny things about being Danish. So about Danish culture as well. A lot of kids right now, because we have a lot of snow in Denmark. I don't know if you can see it, but we do have a lot of snow, maybe I think 10 centimeters or something. So a lot of beautiful, amazing kids. I love children. I love children, absolutely love children. And so they go and slide down, these bjerge, these mountains, and they have a lot of fun because they can like pick up a lot of speed, and it goes very fast, and it's a fun experience. It's something I loved as a kid myself. Did you know that this is something we do in Denmark? You can say in the chat if you want to. Feel free to say if this is something you actually knew about Danish culture. At kælke på bjerge, to kælke, this is the verb, the action we do to slide down. At kælke på bjerge, we would say in Danish. Skål. Skål. Velkommen til. Dejligt. Can you actually hear me if I'm so far away? Let me know if you can actually hear me. Well, I hope so, because I've been speaking for 52 minutes, but I think the sound is okay. I have a good feeling because I've been speaking loudly, right? So I think that shouldn't be a problem. All right, 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And this is another thing, right? This is another thing. If you say that you're going to do something, then do it, because you will respect yourself more. And the only person who should respect you should really be yourself ultimately. It's the most important person to impress is yourself. And so try and set yourself one goal tomorrow, like even the smallest goal of going over to maybe a cute girl, like a woman you find cute, or a guy, if you're a woman and you're into guys, or a guy you find cute and interesting. Go up and say that he is interesting, and then just walk away. It could be like such a small thing, and it could even be giving a compliment to a cute girl and then walking away. Like that could be the thing. But you say to yourself you're going to do it, and then what is going to happen? You do it no matter how scared you are, no matter how nervous you are, no matter how much your brain keeps telling you to not do it. You just do it. It's so powerful when you do that over and over again with different areas in your life. This is about personal development. We talked about that earlier. This is where that comes into play. Again, doing things that are uncomfortable, that helps us to grow as a person. If I didn't do things that were extremely uncomfortable, then I wouldn't be here right now having an abundance of clients, making more money than I've ever done. Is extreme. I have 10 exit. I literally make 10 times the income that I did when I was studying at RUC at at this university in Denmark. I'm making 10 times that every single month now. And this is not to brag at all. By all means, it's not about to brag, but it's about to say that if I hadn't actually put in 1,000, probably 2,000 hours into my own development, into honing my skills, learning English, mastering my English, mastering my French, or like learning to speak French at a very high level, learning to speak better German, going to Spain and speaking Spanish, and living in Spain now. I'm just visiting my parents in Denmark, living in a beautiful house in Spain with my own, in the mountainside. I live in the mountainsides in Spain. Okay, I have a beautiful house, and I'm gonna show it when I get home. And this is not to show off; it's just to show what's possible if you go after your dreams. That's the only reason I want to show it. Okay, that's possible, and I will show you a lot more of that life very soon. if you want me to. Let me know if you want me to share these things. My beautiful house in Spain, if you want me to share it with you, just let me know in the chat, and you will see from stories as well very soon when I'm back in Spain, probably a couple of weeks from now. And that's because I actually work every single day towards that dream. I have the dream house. A lot more like the dream income. Helping more people gives me the dream income, which helps you as well. So it's a beautiful exchange of value. Sorry about that. A lot of food now. Some very different smileys here on Facebook, not Facebook, on YouTube. I haven't really seen these kinds of smileys before ever in my life. So some of them, like this one, let's see. I don't know, I'm going off topic, but like these kinds of smileys I've never seen before. What's that? Is that like an hourglass? Okay, interesting. All right, 3 minutes left. What am I going to talk about these last 3 minutes? Well, I'm happy it's going to end because it's been a long time. It's a lot of energy for me putting into this, speech or whatever you want to call it. This life, I put in a lot of energy, so I feel very tired now, exhausted. But that's just how it is. It shows that that you're actually very dedicated and passionate about something. Let's see, what day is Tuesday today? No, it's Thursday. Exactly, it's Thursday. Beautiful. So many. I love swimming and I love water, and that's why I actually, as well, am going to. I really love, I love, you know, swimming in pools and in the ocean. I live close to the ocean in Spain as well, so I love going swimming as well. When it's summer, not when it's winter, not when it's winter, but when it's summer and when it's spring. Because right now it's about 16, 17, 18 degrees in Spain, and I like the summer a lot more. It becomes very hot, but it's better to swim, better weather, more suitable weather for swimming. Yeah. Let me know if you've been in Spain before in the chat. Would be very curious to hear if you love Spain as well. I absolutely love Spain. I love Spanish culture, traditions. Some traditions I like, some traditions I definitely don't like. Yeah, but I love almost everything about Spain, I would say. Yep. All right, so in 30 seconds, it's been an hour, and then I'm gonna log off. So if you've been watching until this point, reach out to me on Instagram, Danish Mastery Method, if you want to. Yeah, if what I am talking about in this video really speaks to you, then yeah, listen to that feeling, lean into it, and reach out to me on Instagram, Danish Mastery Method. Vi ses alle sammen. Hej.